Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, we have introduced the concept of code apps within Power Platform ecosystem and discussed how they extend the platform to support pro developer scenarios. Now in this video, let's build the code app from the scratch and deploy it to the Power Platform environment. Now this is the official documentation that I have followed throughout this learning process. So here you can see the required prerequisites, commands that are useful while building this application from the scratch. Now let's create a folder structure first. Switch to your local drive, create a simple folder with a name and switch to that folder. Now let's verify the required prerequisites are set up or not. Now first see node-v. Okay, so this is my version is already installed. If you don't find it, you can go ahead and install it. Git also, I'm verifying the version. Yes, I have already installed this version. If you do not find this Git version, you can go to this official documentation and you can install the setup from here. So you can download it and click on the exe file, and you will see a series of prompt buttons that you can click on next, 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 and the Git will be installed in your machine. Once the Git is ready, now let's run our first command, npx digit github. So this command uses npx to run a tool called digit, which downloads the starter templates from the Power Apps Code Up GitHub repository. Instead of cloning the full repository, Digit only copies the template files and creates a folder structure in your local drive. So this, then we can switch to this cd my app to move into the full project directory. After it's created, we can see all the installed dependencies that are required here. So this is the folder structure that I'm talking about. We got it from GitHub repository. Once we ran this command, take 3. Now our next command is pack auth create. For those who don't know about Microsoft CLI, pack CLI is a developer tool that lets you interact with Power Platform in the terminal or command prompt instead of using the UI. This pack auth command logs you into Power Platform from the terminal. It opens a Microsoft login page, and once you log in, Pack CLI stores your authentication so you can run the commands in your Power Platform environments. Now my profile has been created successfully. Okay, there are more pack commands that you can interact with Power Platform environments. Now let's see, first command is pack environment list. This is the command where you can see all the environments that you are associated with. Now in my tenant, this is the only environment that I'm associated with, so it is showing me that environment only. Now let's switch to this environment specifically. To this environment, what does it mean? I am targeting my app to this specific environment, so you can select that environment with using this command. Now my setup is ready to create my first code app and target it to this particular environment. Now let us install the required npm dependencies. Once you run this command, you can see all the np node modules within this folder structure that are required for us in order to proceed further. Now let's switch to Visual Studio Code. You can run this command in the Visual Studio Code to go to Visual Studio IDE. Now you are into this Visual Studio IDE where you can see the folder structure that got created through the commands. Here you can see all the folder structure. Now we can switch to the terminal. Just say it as yes, and when you click on terminal, it will take a small little amount of time for the first time, and it will install the required uh, libraries behind the scenes. Yeah, so the PAC CLI is ready for us to use in Visual Studio Code. Then you can go ahead and run our next command. Now I'm typing PAC code init hyphen display name app code. So what does it mean? A pack code initializes a Power Apps code app project in your current folder. It basically sets the configuration files required for Power Platform so that our code app can connect to Dataverse and deploy it. So this is the metadata configuration file that got created within our folder structure. You can see the connection references, you can see the database references, you can see the local drive. So the connection references, all your connections will be displayed under this connection references. Okay, so think of it as registering your local project as a Power Apps code project. The hyphen display name parameter defines how the app will appear inside the Power Apps. Okay, without this command, you cannot proceed further into the Power Platform environment. Let's type npm run dev. Now this npm run dev starts the local development server for your app. It allows you to run and test the application locally on your computer before deploying it to Power Platform. So instead of pushing the app every time, you can see the changes instantly while developing. So this is the local servers that you can open and see how your React app looks like. Now, let's do one thing. Let's go to the app.txt file and change a text here like welcome to Power Code Apps in Power Platform, and we will deploy this to the Power Platform environment. Now let's save it and run the npm run build command. So this build command converts our development code into optimized production bundle. It compiles the code, bundle all assets and generates a distinct folder which contains the deployment version of the application. If you find any errors, it will be notified here. Yeah, since it's a simple application, so we don't have any errors as of now. Now let's run the last command called pack code push. Now what does this command do? Runs and builds the application, packages the compiled assets and deploy them through Power Platform APIs into Dataverse, where the code app is registered and becomes available in the environment. Now our code app is ready. We can copy the URL or we can play it from the directly here. Let's check. Now here one thing I want to tell you, I do not have Power Apps premium license, but still I have developed the application and tried to deploy it to the Power Platform environment. Now let's see in this scenario how the app looks like to me. Now let's go to a new tab in where let's say I have configured with Santosh and I've played it. If you notice here, I could see a pop-up. Yes, that has come now. Power Apps trial. It is asking me that you want to continue with the trial version, meaning I don't have it. So now let's move to let's move to the different account where I have Power Apps premium license. Now let's play the app from this one. See, the app is now displayed. So welcome to Code Apps in Power Platform environments. So this is how the app has been created and deployed to the Power Platform environment. Now you can also go to dev environment and see where the app is listed. So here is the app that you have seen, and if you notice the edit button is disabled. Why? Because the code app cannot be edited within the portal UI. You can only build the app using Visual Studio Code and come here and deploy it. That's it. If you want to do the changes, go back to the Visual Studio Code, implement the changes there, build it and run it again. The code app comes and sits here. So this is how you can build code apps from Visual Studio and deploy it to Power Platform ecosystem through this process. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my content, please do like and subscribe to my channel. In our next video, we will see how we can connect to the connectors and Dataverse connections. Till then, thank you. Bye.